Let's take a look at the next progression in our fist drill series. So remember, this drill can be really simple, or you can do it kind of through a series of progressions. Remember, every athlete kind of starts in a different spot and will respond to drills, feedback, and equipment a little bit differently. So here we're going to do this in this progression. We're going to have fins on, so just kind of help assist with the kick and kind of help move the body to go forward. And we're going to do this one a little bit faster than previously, which was done a little slower. And this is just to kind of, again, connect all the little things that we've been working on and emphasizing for this drill. So let's go over some of those key items. Let's start out like we usually do here with a kick. We look for the feet to be here in a pointed position. We're accomplishing that by wearing fins, which will force our feet to be into that pointed position. And then what we're going to look for in the knee here is a very natural bend in the knee. We don't want the legs to be too stiff because we're going to limit just a little bit of power. We want to also have that knee bend because as we're setting up for the kick, the emphasis point should really be on that leg going down a little bit under the body. Just in the analogy or the cue that we want to use is that like you're going to be kicking a ball, so you're going to have a little bit of a bend in the knee to be able to kick. Too much, again, bend in the knee is just you're going to be moving the knee very fast, so it's going to be moving very fast, but we're not going to go anywhere. If we're doing all those items together, we should be really kicking here from the hip and looking for the legs to kind of stay up at the surface, just like right there. Now, this we kind of call thunder kick, or boiling the water, or generating white water off those toes. All those cues mean the exact same thing. And here our athlete is doing a relatively good job here of that. So let's take a look here now, as we're going to also be looking at the breath. The breath point here, we've got to make sure that we're in that nice snap back. So you see that what we just did right there, snap that head back in as we're going through the water. This is really good work right here. Here, as the athlete is also taking the breath, we are popping out those shoulders. It means the other side here is down. Recovery wise here, we're nice and wide. We're keeping that arm nice and long. Entry point, the head is back in the water looking down as the arm here is going to land in front of the shoulder. Perfect. Now here we could ask our athlete to go just a little bit earlier here with starting the timing of the catch right here as we're going over the water. So probably about right here we could start that just so we have a little bit better connection, but overall this is still pretty good. And then as we're going to be moving through here, we're going to be popped on the other side. It means the side that's in the water is down. The arm that's going across the water, the recovery hand here, beautiful job being nice and wide. We're still in that fist. Here we're entering in front of the shoulder and having that great extension. So really nice job right there. And we just look for this to kind of repeat every single time as we're moving through the water. So here we're doing really nice work. Love that snap back every time we see it. Boom, get that head back into the water. Nice and quick. Underwater, we're just going to take a look here at the kick. Here again, the feet are nice and pointed. We want again to make sure that we're kicking the leg right there. See, kind of this is what we mean by kicking under the body, right there as we're going to be performing that kick. Then what we want to be able to do is just kind of return to get up to the surface. So at times this might be a little bit of a struggle for some athletes, but just remember we want to keep working with them to keep challenging them and get those legs up a little bit higher. On our return view here, we're just going to take a look at the drill from another perspective. Hips and shoulders here are elevated. We've got a nice wide entry point. And here we're coming in front of the shoulder. Beautiful job right there. Legs are moving. Other side's up. Means our side that's in the water is nice and down. Nice wide entry. recovery. Sorry, say that again. And then here we're doing a really nice job of coming in on top of the shoulder. Head here is staying nice and steady as we're traveling through the water, exactly kind of what we look for. Remember, with younger athletes, we probably would emphasize everything kind of staying up at the surface level. So kind of we want that water level to be like this, halfway up, halfway under. When we are talking about a little bit more advanced athletes, what we really like to see here is this creation here of the bow wave. That bow wave is really going to help our athletes travel through the water, and something that we emphasize and that we really like. As we continue, then we just want to continue to emphasize those same points. Keep those hands in front of the shoulders. Beautiful job. All right, let's take a look what we're seeing here underwater. Okay, so here we're going to be in that fist, and then what we again want to be able to emphasize is that power triangle. So here our athlete has that ability to bring everything in just a little bit more. So to be a little bit closer to the body here, that'll help achieve that. Doing that will help maximize that best combination of speed and power as we're traveling them through the water. On our other side, much better. So see there how the arm here is creating that triangle. Now, what we'd like to see is just that hand doesn't maybe necessarily drop as much as it is. Let's get the drawing there a little bit better. There we go. So we'd like to see that hand just be up here just a little bit more, so that elbow ultimately will be up a little bit higher than it is. Remember, it's all about finding just again that balance point between speed and power, and something we absolutely want our athletes to play with. The fist roll here just again helps create a little bit more of a surface area on the palm, so that they can be really felt here between the palm and the forearm. And then kind of the same thing. So we just want to watch here that we don't have major driftage like this. But here we're doing a great job of getting that surface area created. If you found some value out of this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe.